Workout started. GPS on. Steady 1 hour 12 minutes at 7 minutes 45 seconds per kilometer. Go.
So, I'm on my way to see Roy, the statue on the Blenkinsop Trestle Bridge over Blenkinsop Lake. Just coming up to 10 minutes into my run. I have my noisy trail shoes on today, so I will limit my recording to now. The last little bit
5 seconds ahead. Time 10 minutes. Average heart rate 138. Workout average pace 7 minutes 41 seconds per kilometer.
The last bit of asphalt before I hit the trails on Mt.Doug. I'm going to be going across the foothills of Mt.Doug, across the meadows down to Blenkinsop Road, down Lowbrunner to the Lochside Trail, and then I'm going to hang a left until I get to the trestle, and I'll see Roy. He will be on my left when I come onto the bridge. So I'll get back to you later. So I'm on Mt.Doug Trail. No, Mt.Doug Trail. Heading towards the connector to Glendenning. This is the slow part of the run. I'm already behind by about a minute. That's okay. The fast section.
1 minute 16 seconds behind. Time 14 minutes. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 8 minutes 32 seconds per kilometer.
The fastest section will be when I'm on the Lochside Trail, on the rail trail. That's when I should be able to get back some of those numbers that I'm losing now. So a solo run, a solo recording today. I will be riding the pause button, trying to keep this as a nice tight show. Midweek extravaganza, Wednesday. Norma is going to see Anne on
1 minute 45
Friday.
seconds behind. Time 15 minutes. Average heart rate 141. Workout average pace 8 minutes 46 seconds per kilometer.
Still a bit more hiking before I can start getting a bit of a wiggle on as I walk around an ancient fallen tree stump. So my e-bike is still in the shop. Jamie, the salesman, I don't think is much of a bike mechanic. He's waiting for a part that I think he's a little nervous about having to install. When they made the bike, they didn't make it very easy to switch out some of the major components.
Time 16 minutes. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 9 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer.
Okay, so 9 minutes. I now have a little bit of running, a little bit more hiking on Glendenning after the glory zone, and then it's across the meadows. Up, up, up. I have already decided when I'm going to press pause. There is a little skinny tree just before it starts to pitch steeply upwards. Samantha will have her little say before then, I'm pretty sure.
2 minutes 18 seconds behind. Time 17 minutes. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 8 minutes 58 seconds per kilometer.
Well, there you go. Glendenning, the last little push uphill, and then I get a swoopy downhill.
2 minutes 56 seconds behind. Time 19 minutes. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 9 minutes 10 seconds per kilometer.
Alright, I've hit the apex here, and now it's down. This, I believe, is, I think it's Whitaker at this stage. I branched off Glendenning. I'm heading towards the meadows. I'm wearing a sweater that Norma fixed for me. It has a V-neck, which is very handy for me to access my phone. It was coming apart.
2 minutes 37 seconds behind. Time 20 minutes. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 8 minutes 55 seconds per kilometer. Time for hydration.
It was coming apart at the seams, so she sewed the seams for me. Shortened the sleeves, which I had managed to stretch from washing and hanging. So now it's been redesigned as a podcaster's sweater. It's warm enough to wear at the beginning of a run, and it has the easy access for my phone through the V-neck. So now I'm deking over.
2 minutes 48 seconds behind. Time 21 minutes. Average heart rate 141. Workout average pace 8 minutes 57 seconds per kilometer.
So my heart rate is still pretty elevated. That's pretty good, because I am working on the hills a fair bit. Obviously not as much as a younger, stronger and fitter athlete with speed goals. I have no speed goals whatsoever. Just need to stay in the game as long as humanly possible, without injury and without intimidating myself into not training. So I'm glad it's dry today, because all the bushes around here.
2 minutes 59 seconds behind. Time 22 minutes. Average heart rate 132. Workout average pace 8 minutes 58 seconds per kilometer.
All the bushes around here are fully in leaf and flower. So had it been wet, they would have all encroached on the trail. The weight of rain makes them fold. There is a crow to my left. There he is. As I pop out into the meadows, he's guarding this area for his little brood. There's a runner behind me.
Seconds behind. Time 23 minutes. Average heart rate 130. Workout average pace 9 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer.
She's going a slightly different way. Hopefully she'll pass me on the lower stretch. There she goes. Yep. A frisky young thing. So, the meadows. I guess this calls for a photograph. Let me get my device out. Trying not to pause for too long. Mind you, I can see the recording length. And another photograph from over here.
Auto pause.
There you go.
Workout resumed.
Now there will be some built-in discrepancy with the timing. Not to mention riding the pause button, but I'll be able to take a peek.
47 seconds behind.
I'll be able to take
Time
a peek.
24 minutes. Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 9 minutes 12 seconds per kilometer.
So 9 minutes is about the slowest that I'm going to be today. For the rest of the run, it's going to be a gradual acceleration run as we go through this narrow chicane of rocks, this gully, which in the winter I have filmed as a stream. This will take me out onto Blenkinsop Road, when I will stop the recording until I get to Roy's Bridge on Lochside Trail. So down I go.
Four minutes 5 seconds behind. Time 25 minutes. Average heart rate 118. Workout average pace 9 minutes 16 seconds per kilometer.
All right. It's all to go for now. I have to push. I hope to be back in the 7.5 range by the time I get to Roy. I've got about 2 kilometers to make up that time. So as I begin to hear the sound of the traffic, or the cars, I should say, it's not really traffic. At this time of the morning, it's 7 o'clock, 7 a.m.-ish. Ever since my Timex Ironman watch died on me 2 years ago, I have been
4 minutes 16 seconds behind. Time 26 minutes. Average heart rate 122. Workout average pace 9 minutes 16 seconds per kilometer.
I have been without a watch. So that's another reason to have easy access to my phone. I can check the time from the iPhone 6. I'm beginning to think I might need to upgrade quite soon. I'm not sure about this. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the charger port, the lightning port at the base of the phone. It's getting a little bit iffy. Last night I put it down beside the bed thinking it was charging, only to find that it wasn't. And the battery is now 2.5 years old.
4 minutes 10 seconds behind. Time 27 minutes. Average heart rate 125. Workout average pace 9 minutes 10 seconds per kilometer.
So it's coming down. It'll be below 9 as I step off this mountain of joy onto the trail system and the rail trail, which will take me straight to Roy's Bridge. I'm planning to take a photograph of Roy today, because Roy's name will be in the title. It's not going to be an out and back to see Roy, it's going to be a visit with Roy, I think. A wellness check on Roy, see how he's doing.
3 minutes 57 seconds behind. Time 28 minutes. Average heart rate 130. Workout average pace 9 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer.
So I'm just coming up to where I might see the longhorn cattle. This last little section is still paved. Then it turns to gravel all the way to Roy's Bridge.
2 minutes 40 seconds behind. Time 33 minutes. Average heart rate 146. Workout average pace 8 minutes 26 seconds per kilometer.
Yep. There are some cattle here in the field. Hi. They're a little bit far off. Let me see if I can get a good photograph of them. Not really. They're behind a couple of fences in the middle distance. So I just heard the halfway to my goal. I think I'm trying to run 72. So I just heard the 36. My recording is up to 16 minutes. So I can afford to leave the mic open for a little longer. Hi. I'll be coming up on the lake and the trestle bridge quite soon. I can't quite see it yet.
2 minutes 22 seconds behind. Time 37 minutes. Average heart rate 145. Workout average pace 8 minutes 17 seconds per kilometer.
So I'm getting down into the 8s, into the 8-minute pace overall with that slow section over Mt.Douglas at the beginning. I can now see the trestle bridge up ahead. Lots of cyclists going into work. I assume that's where they're going. They don't have backpacks, so maybe not.
2 minutes 11 seconds behind. Time 38 minutes. Average heart rate 145. Workout average pace 8 minutes 13 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes 13. It's good. Let me just run onto the bridge and you'll hear the wooden planking, the wooden decking resonate. There's a person with a dog up ahead. I can give her a wide berth, but she's going to catch up with me when I stop to take my photo of Roy. Yep.
2 minutes 5 seconds behind. Time 39 minutes. Average heart rate 145. Workout average pace 8 minutes 11 seconds per kilometer.
As I slow down for Roy, I will pause the voice recorder so I can put it in my pocket briefly. So I've had my little photo opportunity with Roy, and I'm still on the trestle bridge. This is one of the longest trestle bridges in Victoria. I think it might be the longest. Hello. Cedar planking. I guess eventually they'll replace the surface with something a little more durable.
2 minutes 4 seconds behind. Time 40 minutes. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 8 minutes 10 seconds per kilometer. Time for hydration.
So 40 minutes of moving time as I step off the bridge and back onto the gravel. I must admit, I've been listening quite intensely to my last few podcasts just for the audio quality. And with the earbuds, It's quite astounding how much extra ambience there is from the stereo pickup. The two microphones give the sound scape
1 minute 56 seconds behind.
more
Time
depth.
41 minutes. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 8 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer.
There's a helicopter flies overhead. I don't see it just yet. I better get a move on. This gravel will end quite soon and I'll be back on asphalt for a little while until I get back to Glendenning. So pretty soon I'm going to pause this, put it in my pocket, and take it out for the last little bit on Glendenning back to Harvest Lane. Get back to you later.
1 minute 57 seconds behind. Time 42 minutes. Average heart rate 100. Workout average pace 8 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer.
Good morning. So I'm at Blenkinsop Road now, just crossing. Thank you. I haven't had to press the pedestrian button on all the street crossings that I've done today. The cars have anticipated my need and they've slowed down to let me through. Even though I was prepared to wait my turn. Just getting to another steep climb on Mt.Douglas Crossroad.
Time 48 minutes. Average heart rate 143. Workout average pace 7 minutes 58 seconds per kilometer.
I've decided to start hiking from the bollard high. Just around here. Up I go. My heart rate is in the 140s, so a little bit high for a hot day. This sweater that I have had repaired is a little bit too warm now for the conditions that I meet at the moment. Let me check on the record time. 23. So
1 minute 23 seconds behind. Time 49 minutes. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 7 minutes 59 seconds per kilometer.
So below 8 now, once again. I think I wanted to be 7:45 for today, so 7, whatever it was, 7:48 or 7:58 is close. I got some faster stuff coming up quite soon. Good morning. That guy knew me as a Prairiean Harrier. I just don't recognize him. Coming up on Glendenning very, very
1 minute
soon.
24 seconds behind. Time 50 minutes. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 58 seconds per kilometer.
7:58. A little more walking to do. So I'm now on the bridle trail, which runs beside Glendenning Road. Back on gravel and dirt for a little while. This will take me all the way to Harvest Lane.
3 minutes. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 8 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes too. Yep, so it's all good, as they say. Round past the stables. No horses to take pictures of today. I hear a dog up ahead as I step over a pile of horse manure. Up. Yeah, this is quite wide, so there's lots of options where to go if I meet anybody.
Time 54 minutes. Average heart rate 142. Workout average pace 8 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes 3. I should be able to recover from that. Hello. Hi.
Well, this is good conditioning now. They use this as a good point.
So, a little bit of a fracas there. The girl put on her brake a little too fast for her balance, and she almost went over the handlebars. But she wanted to talk to a friend of hers, a man with a dog.
1 minute 57 seconds behind. Time 55 minutes. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 8 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes too. Yeah, well, once I get onto Glendenning Trail, I should be able to whittle that down a little bit. Let's see, we're up to 27, so 9 more minutes should get me to Harvest Lane. And a little beyond, probably. I don't think I'll put any music with this one today. It's going to be for the audio file. Pure, clean, hopefully no wind noise recording. One of the reasons I chose this route was because it is recycling day in my
2
neighborhood.
minutes 3 seconds behind. Time 56 minutes. Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 8 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
And recycling noise you have heard before. You don't need to hear it every time I go out on a Wednesday. In fact, it's every other Wednesday. Today is the 8th or the 9th of July. This is the parking lot for the dog walkers on Mt.Doug. They park here and walk the trails. Alright, so I'm going to start running again now. Gently, but continuously.
2 minutes 43 seconds behind. Time 57 minutes. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 8 minutes 5 seconds per kilometer.
Steady uphill now. Just a steady climb. Back into the shade now. I can flip up my sunglasses onto my bandana. Need to be up to see the trail a little clearer so that I don't trip. I haven't tripped for a long time, which is good. There was a fork in the trail
2
up
minutes
ahead.
6 seconds behind. Time 58 minutes. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 8 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
it's 3. I'm gonna have to walk. Feeling a little winded. I'm hoping to make this a 72-minute outing, so I don't need to run full tilt. It's not really the game plan for today. Morning. I know that guy. He was running downhill. Lucky man. I'm still hiking uphill. All right.
2 minutes 23 seconds behind. Time 59 minutes. Average heart rate 144. Workout average pace 8 minutes 5 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes 5. Maybe I won't be able to get under 8 today. So be it. I'm trying to stay comfortable with enough breath to talk. Another fork in the trail. Let me take a picture, a photograph of this fork in the trail. As you hear the birds chirping.
Two minutes 35 seconds behind. Time 1 hour. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 8 minutes 6 seconds per kilometer. Time for hydration. Auto pause.
So I did the statutory 3 branches of the trail. Glendenning, what is it called now? Mt.Doug and Whitaker, I guess, at this stage. Alright, as I swing around, 32 minutes on the recorder.
Workout resumed.
I'm off again on the downhill stretch. 32. I've got an hour done, so I'll be listening out for that. Down I go. This is great. This is the fun part. This is what all that climbing was about. It's a payback. I'll be approaching Harvest Lane very soon, and then I'll be back on the old pavement. I probably will take the recorder a little further onto my San Juan trip. I'm going to be running into the
2
sun.
minutes 15 seconds behind. Time 1 hour 1 minute. Average heart rate 130. Workout average pace 8 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
33, probably around now. So another 3 minutes and I'm done. Might get me to about 1 kilometer from home. This route is so familiar to me. It's part of Norma's trails. It's part of my hiking and running trails. As I turn down towards the stairs at the Harvest Lane trailhead.
1 minute 58 seconds behind. Time 1 hour 2 minutes. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 8 minutes per kilometer.
8 minutes. I could get it down to where I want it at 7 minutes 45. I got 15 seconds to knock off and the next mile. I'm up to 35 now. Sorry, we'll take this back for another minute as I lower the glasses over my eyes. So this is Harvest Lane subdivision. I think it's called Orchard Park actually now. Originally it was Harvest Lane, and the park here is called Harvest Lane
2 minutes,
Park.
3 seconds behind. Time 1 hour, 3 minutes. Average heart rate 122. Workout average pace 8 minutes, 1 second per kilometer.
So 1 more minute and I'm done with the recording. Just as I come up to Cedar Hill Road, I will bid you adieu for Wednesday in July. The second Wednesday in July. Bye-bye.